Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tio and the Arcane Bear. Very excited to join you on another episode today where we dive into the crypto markets, looking at all things green and all things red. And as you can tell behind me, the green light says we're still in the bull market. So we hope you have been enjoying ourselves. This is one of the funnest times to be in the market. And we are now going to be dropping in and going straight to our market and industry leader. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Boom, there it is on the charts. Bitcoin on the 4 hour. For those of you that have not yet understood, we use TradingView to go over all these fantastic charts. Great, simple, easy to use program where we're pretty much just drawing in lines and making correct, architectural analysis of the supply and demand ratio. So currently we've actually seen Bitcoin jump up above the band on the trading range and start to produce some really nice results here. Now, one of the interesting parts about, any time when you're going through education process is to be patient and really appreciate your journey, because often if you try to work too hard, you try to study too much, you look back and you miss some of the most amazing parts about being a beginner or first making your first steps. If you're new to the investing world, congratulations, welcome. There's a whole world to play in here, so don't get ahead of yourself trying to learn everything overnight. Give yourself the time and really appreciate the journey that you're on. So right now, we're witnessing what I believe to be the SOS phase. So we've gone over this. We studied the Wyckoff method. We've broke out quite a bit earlier than I thought we would. But on the plus side, that's an extremely bullish moment. What it means for us is that we are likely witnessing what's known as a reaccumulation schematic 3. And I feel that we're going to find a fair amount of support above the top of this channel, very similar to what we're witnessing here. Now, one of the important parts to recognize is that Bitcoin, at least in my opinion, is the collateral layer of this space. I bought my Bitcoin first time when it was 90 bucks, and I started to accumulate since then. One of the parts I've grown to love is the venture capital sector, which we will look at as we move on next. But more importantly, this consolidation phase above the top of the box represents a very powerful part about moving, effectively seeing the growth of our collateral layer. I believe we're very quickly going to jump upwards of around $50,000 to $60,000, and we're already starting to see some of the parabolic changes in Bitcoin's curve right before this thing goes beast mode. So onto Ethereum next. Peaking up at new all-time highs here in the moment. Congratulations, Ethereum. Good work. $1,862.30 right now. Just moving along nicely. Now here, for Ethereum, we are also actually in the final stages of the SOS. I'll move this down here. Boom. This is where we were already in our backup, and now where's the fun part starts to come in. The next moves we will see in Ethereum are going to be a little bit of a face melter. I have a long made conjecture that it is going to take us to around $2,600 lickety split on the next move. So what's the importance of understanding this? Well, primarily, we're still in the bull market. We're early on in the bull market. I remember, saying this to some people who are new would be like, oh my God, it's up so high though. It's down at $80 in March. Yes, exactly. We're only 7/14 the way through the bull market right now, as I just make sure your shoes are tied correctly, because we're going to start running real quickly. And if your shoes are untied while we start running, you don't want to fall on your face. These are one of the most exciting times in the market. If other people are trying to shill you leverage, ignore them. If you're a new investor, just accumulate. Don't worry about, oh my God, I'll make 10x here if I go 10%. Ignore all that. Try to learn how to be a good investor first, which basically means at any stage in this bull market, accumulate. When we get to the top, you'll see very clearly, because I'll be like, oh guys, light's red. Pay attention, but it's not. We're green. We're good to go. So just be patient. I think we're going to rip pretty quickly here. So very exciting to see. And as a matter of fact, wait, where's Link here? Oh, there we go. We'll drag Link back over for a second. Link is also in a very similar position to what we're witnessing in Ethereum, which is out of the main trading range into this rising wedge. And as you can see, we're starting to fall up this parabolic curve. This is extremely valuable to recognize these changes of character and what they can mean for us while we're growing our portfolio. The main thing we want to go over each time is that there's a lot of value that can be accrued in a bull market, but you got to take advantage of it, and you got to know when the bull market is ending. So it's not over yet, but on the plus side, this stuff is amazing. So as we can see this nice curve starting to take place, we've just broken out of the top of the box. We're about to get another SOS and backup phase. I believe this probably brings us pretty quickly up to the $57, $56 area here with Chainlink before we start to see your next first accumulation range. And we've had hits out the gate this last week for our private members. So Bant, one of the ones we've gone over, and I want to make a little bit of conjecture here, guys, understanding that just 2 weeks ago, we produced these PDFs for our private group. Now, again, this is educational content, but shout out to Blue, one of our internal analysts. Here was banned at $5.20. Notice the backup phase, the breakout, the inflection points we're keeping an eye on. Okay, perfect. Why are we making this entry? Banned at $6 right now. Perfect time, or was it $6 then? So why did we make that entry? Because of the studies of the buying climax automatic rally in the previous spring we had just seen. And lo and behold, look at what Band has done since we produced that PDF at approximately $6. We are up 190% on that play alone. GRT was another one that he managed to get out just in the nick of freaking time. Again, shout out to Blue for being so awesome on producing these updates with us. We will be bringing on more writers, content creators, and analysts as we go forward, as we want to bring you guys as much value on a day-over-day basis every day that we can. The graph, this was published just a week and a half ago. This was a nice, really beautiful reaccumulation after decline. We saw a beautiful cup and handle start to form here. And then predominantly this nice SOS and LPS phase that closed above the box of the previous buying climax here. So as you can see in the PDF, here we go. We had entries at around 92 cents, I believe that was. And we are currently, let's see, 92 cents. We are currently, even with the drop, at around 147%. Now, we've gone over in yesterday's video that I thought we were pretty close to somewhat of the topping out scenario, at least temporarily speaking. And we did that by measuring from the automatic reaction or the buying climax to the bottom of the spring. And there you go. We've nailed our first target on the regression lines, just like this. So it's really important to study this stuff, guys, because I've spent years in the markets. Boom. Actually, there's a pretty strong regression line here too, but that's a different story. We've spent years studying this. So one of the things that's very powerful is that we can basically get to save you guys a lot of time on deck through the learning process if you're doing your homework. So primarily, we can see that we hit that 4236 line around $2.70, and likely what we're going to form now is a new reaccumulation channel itself. Probably something like this. There's our support line, our resistance line. Sorry, we'll change that to resistance. Boom, there's resistance. And we're going to change the new bottom area to support. Something like this as well. Probably around here, the primary support area. Boom, like that. Okay, so if we remove our Fibonacci extension retracement tool and we zoom in on the 1 hour, you can actually start to see how the rest of this trading range has taken place and started to form. We've got our resistance at the top of the buying climax, our support in basically the middle or the bottom of the primary support as well. So we'll just go ahead. We'll take that extra few minutes. Let's drop some text in there, so we know where's my text bar. Oh, I think I removed it here. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, text. There we go. Ta-da! Yay! So we want to drop our primary support text line in here. Template. Primary support. Boom. Okay, there we go. There's our primary support. I guess I got to go back. So again, guys, when you're studying, really take the time to kind of divulge yourself the importance of going through this stuff. Because even though I know where we are, like primary support, automatic rally, it's really good to take the time and like lean into, okay, well, I wanna see this all, so let's draw it up. That way it's gonna stay there for the rest of our episodes. I don't know why the automatic rally didn't get added there. Template, automatic rally. Okay, there we go. There's the automatic rally, and likely what we're gonna see next here is our shakeout. So our shakeout is this next one that we're looking for, and it's probably gonna bring us around to $1.80 for GRT here. I'm not worried about this. We're still early on in the bull market. So we're kind of just waiting for the rest of our play to come in, but this is I believe where our shakeout will be. And this is probably a good time to take a look at Avalanche, because Avalanche is about a step or two ahead of the reaccumulation period. So what we'll do here, make a very clear distinction of remembering to include our text box, because I think I had accidentally removed that one. Where is this here? Yeah, I'll make text a favorite. Okay, so our text box, we want to drop in the primary support again here. We'll just go like that, it's fine. And our automatic rally. And then our spring, or our first shakeout primarily as well. So notice, guys, how as well, that shakeout was actually highlighted by, oh my God, see, Avalanche can't keep up. Yeah, that always happens. Literally, that always happens in the market. You can literally tell when one of the best times to buy is, because someone will be like, oh, see, they couldn't keep up. There's something wrong. Look at the text. Avalanche team isn't even responding. Yeah, a good operator knows that's the time to buy more, not the time to pussy out. So keep that in mind. Here's our primary shakeout. Again, you can see it quite well notified by the amount of supply that came into the market here, and we're having a nice rising bottom. I do expect we're going to run into resistance and form a nice reaccumulation here before going much freaking higher with Avalanche. Again, I think this has a lot of room to grow here based off what my tech team tells me. And just in case anyone is worried, don't be worried. We're still fresh in the bull market here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I think this is a great kind of comparison to see where the shakeout will bring us most likely for GRT as well. KNC was another one of the ones where we managed to get it out perfectly in time. And again, guys, what we try to do is, because of the study, is not entering too early and being dragged around while everything is exploding. In fact, when you learn how to do this stuff, you can enter the markets pretty much perfectly. So the KNC update as well went out about a week or two before everything blew up, which is extremely important timing. $1.2. Again, we were watching our spring, our jump across the creek, our primary SOS, and we took entries around $1.20. So if you take a look back here, the entry was way back here, boom, at $1.20, and already into that growth, we've seen around 90% since the PDF. And then band finally, so band, no gain, see, we did, okay, great. We went over all three, GRT, band, and KNC. Those were the previous updates that we had gone over thanks to Blue from the Bear Forge. We're actually going to be probably bringing him on as a more permanent content creator with us, just as we try to grow and scale into some of the more abstract, fun things that the Bear Den can do as a family. So what does that mean for you guys? Remember, if you're new, one of the diseases and the sicknesses of the mind of the new investor is over-emotional trading and under-education. And one of the best ways to solve and cure that problem is by joining a healthy environment of other people who are well-educated and learning together. So if you find yourself adventurous and like learning new things, then go to arcanebear.com/private and join the links down below, where you can join over 600 private, I think we're at actually 800 private investors now that are all working and collaborating together. We're adding some new features, we're bringing on some new writers, content creators again, so we're constantly upgrading the space to be as valuable for each of you guys as possible. So this is pretty much the end of today's episode, but really quickly I wanted to take a look at Cardano, another one that's just been blowing through each of the box ranges. It does look like right now what we're about to witness is a new horizontal trading range taking place. So again, we'll drop in there. There's our resistance line, as we want to get above that for the next play. And here's our primary support. Now, it's looking like these might be a bit bigger, more volatile trading ranges, especially since we just saw that Bitcoin is actually putting some strength out into the markets. So Cardano will likely come down here, form a shakeout. So again, we'll just go through the process. We want to add our text, make it a favorite of ours. Okay, so we want to add our text right here. We're going to go primary support, and then we're going to drag that up here to our buying climax, and then what we're expecting still to come next. Where's our BC? I haven't even added it yet. Okay, we'll just call it automatic rally for now, even though this is a BC. Buying climax, and then our shakeout, which is likely about to happen here. Now, we could make conjecture that the primary support is actually here, and we might see a lower range, but when you see this much volatility around this section here, be aware, okay? Because we don't want to underestimate the potential for Cardano to form a much larger reaccumulation range, similar to with what we're seeing in Avalanche at the moment, similar with what we're about to see, I believe, in GRT as well. So when we're measuring these support and resistance sides, we want to be give ourselves the room to pay attention to the next growth of these. Again, remembering that Bitcoin is still our lead monetary indicator, and that even though Bitcoin's been going up, you still had KNC go up 100%. Bitcoin went up 60, KNC went up 100. GRT went up 190. So there's still growth in the rest of the ecosystem, and I don't believe that the Bitcoin dominance chart is all that relevant anymore, because you have a lot bigger, smarter money here than was ever here in 2017. And in 2017, everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin go up, altcoin go down. It's like, no. When smarter investors show up, that's not how this game works. If you would have noticed, Link actually went through a bull market cycle the entire time Bitcoin was in a bear market. So Link is one of our big plays as well. I do believe we're at the very final stages before Link just goes basically vertical. So again, it's all about timing, guys. More importantly than anything else, this educational aspect will help you really understand the timing and the implications of the market right before it goes parabolic and vertical, just like we saw with KNC, GRT, Band, and the rest. Understanding where you are in the parabolic cycle is so freaking valuable. And more importantly, guys, if you just want the layman's term, it's still green behind me. It's not red. So hold on to your pants, because this one is fun as hell. The next stage of this market is probably the most enjoyable parts, because it just goes absolute insanity. So keep that in mind, that the insanity is part of the part you're going to have to be able to shake off your brow and recognize that it doesn't last forever. This bull market will end. When people start screaming for Bitcoin to go to 1 million when it's at 300,000, that's when I'll be taking, I'll be a little bit more conservative with my approach. And then the light will maybe go like yellow. I'll be like, guys, I'm a little worried. It's not yellow. It's not red yet. It's not orange yet, but we're going with it's like yellow, right? We're not there yet. We're still blazing freaking green. So keep that in mind. Anyways, this is the first half of today's episode. I believe a lot of the altcoin sector, at least if you know how to find good picks, are going up 100x. We've already seen huge gains from our initial entries in Avalanche. I doubled down on a position here at $44. I have strong etiquette coming from the Avalanche team here. But again, if you look back at our previous conjectures of how long we've been looking at this play, it was down around $3.40 here, anywhere between $3 and $6 basically. And here's where our Avalanche tweet went out back on the 21st of June. So again, we're just forming a larger reaccumulation pattern right now. This is quite normal. And again, especially after that parabolic growth that we saw in Avalanche as well. And again, just notice the character change of that parabolic move that we were looking at, both for Band, GRT, KNC, and the way that they really kind of shape what we're looking at here too. So let's draw it in with GRT just for fun from the spring. This kind of nice forward moving parabolic run. And again, we're just starting to see that in Bitcoin now from its current reaccumulation pattern. And Ethereum has actually been entering that stage since around $500. So Ethereum's right on the tip-top verge of going absolute batshit mental as well. Because when there's just no supply, guys, it takes very little effort to move these things up. So you can start to see this kind of vertical approach, and we may even actually want to measure it from the bottom of this SOS for it to look a little cleaner. We're about to go pretty vertical for Ethereum, I think, as well, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the first half of today's episode. Remember, give us a thumbs up if you like this content, and like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, because every day we will be going live doing these market updates with you guys, bringing the most value that we possibly can. This is Tio and the Arcane Bear. I'm very grateful for all of your guys' support today. I will take just a few minutes to answer any of your guys' questions. Probably not look at any charts unless you drop super chats. But in the meantime, we'll just make a little bit of focus, take a little bit of focus to talk about some conjecture. OXT could moon. Yeah, we've been talking about OXT in the private bear group. Fantastic stuff. Shout out to Bear Den, Jerry, and Glasswalker for making great posts on those ones. Alex says you missed OXT. Didn't miss OXT. Those were all produced by different content creators in our group. So again, guys, it's not just me as a curator. There's too much for any one person to chart or trade. So we do that. If you're in the private group already, you can find those all under Wyckoff setups, and only the skilled are able to actually produce content in there. So it wasn't me that talked about OXT. It was one of our other private analysts. So keep that in mind. It's more than I can handle. Blazing green, a little bluebird said hold Link. Yeah, guys, Link is right on the final stages of the breakout moment. Very beautiful to see. And you can see the real change of character going in there as well. De Bear, nice. Good to see you guys. Thank you. Can Avalanche hit $300? That's a really abstract question. I'm not going to try to answer. How is XLM? It's still XLM, I'm sure. What about DOT? Yeah, guys, again, if you want me to look at charts, it's definitely super chats. I think I got bit by a bug. Look at that. Definitely in the super chat spot. Okay, and I can see one of you guys did that. So we'll take a look. Amir Dado says, I love the Bear Den. I sent a private message there. Check it out. Everyone else, join the damn group if you know what's good for you. You guys are amazing. I love how so many of you guys pay to tell other people how amazing their group is. Like, I don't think that it gets any better than that. Like, oh man, I did get bit by a bug. Oh, the bugs out here in Costa Rica are monstrous. Look at that. That's blood in my hand right now, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see that? Anyways, I'm just messing with you. I don't want to show you guys my blood right now. Okay. Glasswalker says OXT jumped 70% from the day we posted. Nice. Yes. By the way, guys, it's not just me in there that's building content. We have a group of analysts. We try to curate as many great pieces of content from the writers that we have. I just happen to be the one who loves talking the most and not being worried about falling flat on my face while I'm talking about stuff. Only Fool Writing says, nice clickbait, got me to watch. Perfect. That's what we want. We want to grab all the people who are feeling emotional and provide them a high level of value in content. Cosmos says, is there a coupon code to apply? No, but we will likely be raising the price. Anyone that's already in the private Bear Den member will get grandfathered into the price that you have. But we've just seen enormous value for everyone that's been joining, and we want to make sure that we can produce more value for those guys and you as well. So that added skin in the game, not only will we not be giving you a discount, we'll likely be raising the price. So the opposite of what you asked for. This man bleeds for his craft. I know. I got bit by a bug. The bugs out here are crazy. There's a few that will like really snipe into you. Well, No Name says, Tio, how much longer do you think we have in the bull market? I believe we are 7 3/10 of a 14th away through the bull market. What are your thoughts on the FIO protocol? I have no idea. Haven't looked at it. Thoughts on Litecoin? Not a leader at this moment, so not my favorite. I like to follow the leaders of the industry, and that's in usually gains day over day on the market to where we are. Binance Coin, great market. I was stoked about them. I liked the Binance change. If you look back in our earlier videos when it was around $20, I was heavily interested into it, but I started to love the DeFi sector and things like Avalanche that kind of really fit the critique of new innovative technologies that hit the platform. View Lee says, thank you so much for all the TA and advice. I've made huge gains from your videos. Avalanche as well. Much appreciated. Congratulations, Vu Lee. You followed your own advice, not from us. We just show you guys things that we think are valuable, and we hope that you're responsible. And in fact, we encourage that you are responsible enough to make your own decisions, because that's extremely important. Reef Tio, I think we went over Reef in our private group. Guys, we do try to separate content from the private group and what we do for free, because we try to hire more people and create more value. So if I just give it away for free, then why would you guys want to join all the time, right? You've got to like have some bit of a door between those two. And the other way to incentivize me is you drop a super chat. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll look at Reef, because the super chats, guys, if you don't know, all go to our Kiva campaigns. Now that doesn't really matter. Actually, it doesn't matter. Don't give us any money. I don't want your freaking donations. But in case you guys care, we as a group will always give to Kiva. It's part of our internal plan as a business and a brand as we go. So I want to give a big shout out to Eric Hogan, who in one of our last videos dropped like $2,000 in super chats. And on behalf of him today, even though he did not say it needed to go to Kiva, we like it to go to Kiva. So just be aware that one of the things we love to do as we grow and build with the brand. So we're going to find an entrepreneur today, and because of your guys' support, we are going to we're going to help an entrepreneur kind of fulfill their. So for those of you that don't know, Kiva is a 501(c) nonprofit that helps underbanked and underserved entrepreneurs in different parts of the world by helping them take out basically loans that there's no interest rate for them whatsoever. So here we go. We've got Berta. Berta lives in, she's from Bazar Tete. I didn't even know that was a place. Amazing. We're going to fill out her whole $525 loan today. So Berta is a modest and hardworking woman with a great understanding of business. She lives in a very simple house with her family. She's a general store, which is located in a very good place where many people come to buy goods every day. She's been involved in business activities for many years and now feels comfortable in her business to earn money every day. She's asking for a loan in a total of $1,500 to help improve her business activity. She will use this loan to buy additional supplies such as milk, eggs, sugar, rice, coffee, biscuits, salt, and candles. She hopes to run a bigger business in the future. Well, Berta, we love your entrepreneurial spirit. We're going to go ahead and fill out the total $500 for your loan that you need right now. We're going to click to add basket. We're going to proceed to checkout. We're gonna give you a little less Kiva because that's all write-off money instead. So I like to kind of keep it the same. Maybe we'll make bigger donations to Kiva, but that's a different story, guys. If you haven't yet, go to arcanebear.com/Kiva, and you can join our group where we make loans together. You guys can manage your own things. You can choose which entrepreneurs you want to loan to. So we'll complete that order. Bing, bang, boom. Berta in Timor-Leste, you have now been funded. We're going to share that in a tweet on Twitter. So if you guys haven't yet, please be aware. Follow us on Twitter. Join the Arcane Bear team. We're going to hashtag this Bitcoin, hashtag crypto, hashtag Ethereum. Let's even go Cardano too. We'll throw all of our favorite cryptos in there today. And boom, there you go. Another loan put to the table by the Arcane Bear family and your guys' support. I love that we get to do stuff like that. We get to share stories in the growth of entrepreneurs by supporting these wonderful nonprofits like Kiva. And we also get to highlight them as well. What happens if people don't pay back on Kiva? Then they default on their loans and you don't get your money back. So you can, I suggest you go research Kiva. I mean, if you want to do more deep dives into how Kiva actually works, you do that. If this entrepreneur doesn't pay me back, I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. We just want to help people that have it the hardest, that could never get a loan from the bank, could never get a loan to upgrade their business. And it's also why we loan to women, is because they're more responsible. Men are very likely to lose all your money, but if you get it once out of 10 times that they actually come back, then they come back with usually yield farming type style stuff. I don't listen to popular YouTubers, by the way, Solraz. I pretty much ignore everybody. I'm very confident about my decisions because I'm the one making them. So keep that in mind. If you go to, the links to join the private group are down below. Yeah, I love when you make donations to Kiva, Viper says. Thank you. Their contributions, so the entrepreneurs actually pay us back as well. So remember that. I'm not just making I'm not just giving them money. They're incentivized, like, yeah, I want to work harder and I'll take this loan and I'll pay it back to you guys, but with no interest. You can take 36 months to pay us back. We don't care. Take as long as you want, Berta. We really appreciate that you're helping provide something valuable to your community. And we think these are great ways for us to continue to engage with our audience and grow something that's valuable without needing anything from you guys. And that's the important part here as well. It's not that women feel more guilt, and actually a lot of studies, it's that women are more likely to manage a routine basis of work, where men are usually likely to take out loans to try to build a business that will change the world, and then a lot of them fail. So giving a loan to a guy is much more like venture capital. You don't know if they're hyper successful. Like, you want equity, not the loan at that point. Like, it's a different story. I love it. You moved to Costa Rica because of crypto freedoms? No, I moved to Costa Rica because just out on the other side of that window, I grow ayahuasca, and I have a little waterfall on my property, and I can go surfing, and I've got a greenhouse, and I've got like 2.5 acres of property here. So it's actually to be closer to nature, not because of crypto freedoms. Maybe even just in general because of freedoms. I can go to a restaurant that has a bunch of people in it right now and nobody really cares. So that's a pretty amazing thing. I like that. Okay, last few questions before we jump off today's show, guys. Please, again, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us build and grow this channel. And the more of you guys that give us the thumbs up, that share these videos, the more we can scale and grow and do these fun things in the future. So Pounce says, won't you eventually lose your money on Kiva if you infinitely times load small? No. I try to ignore stuff like that, Pounce. I'm not worried about like losing my money helping other entrepreneurs in underserved areas of the world. Like, that's not the goal of the campaign. The goal of the campaign is like, so make sure I always get my money back. It's like, no, we want to help people. That was the entire point why we built this brand, is so that we could get to a point where this is what we do. This is like basically our marketing, right? So I can go, you guys, this is our marketing campaign. I mean, I love you. I don't actually mean that. I love you guys. I'm sorry. Don't take that seriously. Please. I love you. Anyways, back to the BTC. So let's take a look. A few more thoughts here. No, it's not that men have to, again, guys, I just want to talk about this, why you're really looking at men and women produce different types of results when they build and that's not always, like, I'm being a generalist here, but often men are like, okay, perfect example. I myself will work on something diligently, fail multiple times, still get back up, and like not really think about myself. I can ignore my family, my loved ones, like tunnel vision. I'm trying to build something, where women are like, they would much rather not do that and spend time with their families and build more consistently. Whereas men are trying to build like this laser focused nonsense, and it can fail. failed dramatically. I failed multiple times trying to get to this moment that we're at right now, where this is like success for me. Yes. Awesome. Colin Spence Design says, I was bouncing around through a ton of YouTube streams the last few months, and you were donating to Kiva Live when I bounced into yours the first time. And it was the reason for sure I stuck around. Awesome. So our marketing campaign works. I think what I want to reiterate here is that, guys, this is why I wanted to build this brand this way, is so that we can do those things. And in Q2, we're going to try and abstract that idea even further. So I really, really appreciate your support. It means the world to me. It means that we can continue to do this kind of stuff. Awesome, guys. I'm going to leave it at that for today's episode. Again, remember to give us a thumbs up. We will be live. Maybe we'll even do a second live stream today just for fun. See how that goes. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because it supports us and it helps support the things that we do as a brand. And that means the world to me. If you got any questions and you're already a private member and you've had any troubles, go to info@arcanebear.com. You can chat with Annie, and then once they help you out, Lindley will help you figure out any of the rest of the thoughts you have. I really appreciate your guys' support. It's Tio with the Arcane Bear. I'm signing off for the rest of the episode. Well, you want me to play flute? Okay, I will bend to the flute needs of the people. So we like to keep it eclectic here at the Arcane Bear. We like to focus on things that are undervalued but provide a lot of value. This is a native flute by a company called High Spirits. If you've ever wanted to play a flute, not a sponsored ad, but like, this is the best flute. This is like the best flute ever. You want to try this flute out, trust me. I've had this for over a decade and I absolutely love it. And so we're going to play something in minor today, I think. And then check this out. Watch this change. And then watch this. You double down on the sand in the mouth. You get all jazzy. With the Arcane Bear. Thank you all for joining us. I always have fun with you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. And we'll see you on the next episode.